Hello and welcome to Elite Idiot Gaming's very first Pass Game Review with two idiots and you. And we're going to be reviewing some of the games available to you on the Xbox Game Pass. All of the games, some of the games, most of the games.
Many of the games. There is quite a lot though to get through. There might be quite a lot.
There is a lot. And we're doing one a week and these games are going to change.
Yeah.
We might make plans for one. And one might disappear, so...
We hadn't thought of that yet, actually.
This is going to be a freestyle.
But this week, because it's October, and apparently some people celebrate Halloween for October, we're doing spooky games.
Spooky.
Yeah. And I got to pick this week, and well, you'll see what we thought of it, but I wanted to explain just before we sort of started that I picked this game with the best of intentions.
Yeah, tell us why you picked this game, Matthew.
Based on a review that I read on the Xbox app. Right. So the review reads, the title of the review is Underrated, You Must Buy This. So instantly I was intrigued.
It's like our channel, Underrated.
Yeah, Underrated. That is a good way of... No,
maybe.
Whatever, if the price is right. Anyway, the main body of the review reads, I never really do reviews, but this game needs the exposure. If you research P2, I'm assuming it means the game, but we'll get to that, you will find that people generally agree, and this is a very underrated game. Wow. I cannot stress how much I agree. Everyone should play this game. You owe it to yourself as a gamer. I was even somewhat reluctant at first to even give this a try, but oh boy, am I glad I did. And it will live to be one of my most memorable games ever. It is truly a masterpiece. You play along an intricately complex timeline of 12 days where your actions really do impact the game drastically. No, really, no BS like you hear in every other game saying this. This game is savage and not for the faint-hearted. It will mock you as a gamer and pull, twist, and even force you to make very hard choices. And time is always against you. It is a very hard game and resembles the time scheme in Majora's Mask, but on a much more complicated level. I was hooked. The scripting and plot are incredible. It's a very sophisticated game. So, I thought that sounded pretty intriguing. To be honest, it sounded good.
That is a well-worded review.
It is.
Much better than the review we're going to give, I think.
Particularly, yeah, the grammar was... I particularly like the uses of block capitals to emphasize things as well. So, if you guys haven't guessed it already from that, the game we're playing this week is Pathalogical2.
My dear son, Artemy, I write to you after so many years apart in the hopes that you may find a way to return to us. Something worries me. I fear a difficult trial approaches. Your studies have proven fruitful, and that you have achieved great skill as a surgeon. Such skill might be of use here. I remain the only physician in this town. You know that I am growing old. I need an assistant. haste, son. I truly need you. Your loving father, Isidore Barach.
Oh,
Love
there
it.
was a first one.
Well, it's funny you should say that because I've done a little bit of Wikipediaing on this, and the second game was supposed to be a remake of the first game, but it turned
Oh, right,
out
okay.
that they changed way too much and released it as a second game. And the
Right.
idea behind the second game, they were going to release it as 3 parts to play as different characters, but I assuming that never actually sort of happened because I haven't seen any other sort of parts of it. Have you? No?
Such a game nerd. No,
Yeah, game nerds.
I didn't know I knew that. Yeah, this when you told us the game, that's the first I ever heard of it. To be honest.
Yeah. Well, yeah. When I was looking through, obviously each week we'll look through the Game Pass and find a game to play, and I looked through and read this review and thought, well, this is intriguing. This is a game we definitely want to play. So we did. We played it. How long did we play it for? Each of us. How long did you play it for?
I gave it at least an hour, I think.
I think just over an hour. I played the game for. What did you think then? Just an off-cuff first impression. What was the game like?
Different.
Difference where we're going with it. Okay, different. Yeah.
I mean, when you start in the game, it's all quite creepy. It's quite spooky, and you're like, "Ooh, what's
It
going
is.
on?" I'm intrigued.
I think you start on a sort of completely different timeline to like the actual game as well.
Yeah.
Because you start like the review said about this 12-day thing, and supposedly the game takes place over these 12 days. But the first scenes that you see are on the 12th day when things have all gone a bit tits up. It would appear. So
Okay, then now that makes a lot of sense. I didn't
so
realise.
you kind of start on a fail and then go back and sort of try again. I think.
Yeah, that makes sense now.
It makes
I
more
didn't
sense
expect
than it
it.
did. Full disclosure, guys. I got this off Wikipedia. I didn't work this out myself.
You cheat! You're a cheat!
There was no way you could work that out yourself.
I suss you.
was-
You're the imposter.
Yeah, let's just go back to playing that. It's easier. But like Dave said, the game was freaky at the start.
Yeah, it's
There
like
is-
walking through someone's nightmare at the
Yeah.
start.
And there was quite a bit of sort of dream type scenarios as well. So there was one bit, and hopefully we'll be able to sync all this video up for you guys so you can see what we're talking about as it goes. But there was one bit with a large cow on the train tracks. Did you come across this? And he's sort of surrounded by these weird looking crow things.
Crowmen, yeah.
I
Like
can't remember what they
birdmen.
were actually
I
called
think
in
they
the
were
game.
called birdmen, weren't they?
Were they?
I'm sure they were.
The
Freaky guys with beaks, so
They
that's what they
were,
were.
and they weren't even like proper beaks, were they? They were like skull beaks.
Gold beaks.
Yeah, it was weird.
Yeah.
It was weird. Then,
Very
so
strange.
to be honest, the annoying bit about it is the freaky bit at the start was arguably the best bit of the game we played.
Yeah, I would
That was
agree with that.
probably the most enjoyable bit for me. And I mean, in the interest of full disclosure, at the risk of repeating myself again, this isn't really our kind of game, is it?
Definitely
is-
not.
I think perhaps this game is on a more intellectual level than we're at.
Is it a game?
It was
Is
it was like playing a book.
an interactive book. That's
Yeah.
what it was.
There was a lot of reading to do, and I got the impression because towards the end of the hour, I was playing it. I was a bit sick of reading sort of all of the word, and I was just sort of saying
Yeah,
whatever.
you tend to go from conversation to conversation, and yeah, I was just
Yeah, and not actually
flipping
do
through by
anything
the
in
end of it.
between. Yeah, so I
So,
got a little bit. I got the impression that I needed to know what people were telling me, and I just didn't have the patience to read it. That's
and
bad, isn't
the
it?
amount of conversations that you have, are you gonna remember all that?
I
Maybe
don't,
people
yeah, it's a
do,
good
but
point. The other thing that I found about it, and I mean, I know it's a little indie game, and you sort of you can get away with it a little bit more in this kind of genre, but the the voice acting for the characters was they didn't say what the text said.
yeah,
So
they'd say
they'd say
something
some,
completely
yeah,
random, wouldn't they? Yeah.
yeah, they'd say a random saying, and then all this text you'd have to read, and it was a bit. And I had one moment. I don't think you experienced it, but when you go into a dialogue with a character, their face is right up in front of you on the screen.
Yeah, it's
You
very
see it from the
big.
gameplay. Um, and at one point, I had a guy talk to me from behind, so I didn't
Oh,
see
really?
him. I didn't see him at all, and then he just sort of went into this dialogue mode, like straight away. So his face flashes up. I've not sworn at a game for a long time, but this got me. Yeah, there's a couple of
That,
moments in there
that
where
makes you jump. Well,
yeah,
that's good.
jumpy moments.
If people are looking for a game that's a little bit
I think
spooky and
yeah,
well,
if people are looking for a game that is gonna test them intellectually, I think rather than sort of normal games will test your reactions or whatever. I think
yeah,
this
no
is
reflexes are needed.
no, I don't think so. Although we didn't, we played a little bit of the combat, and the combat to me seemed pretty clunky and not very well thought out. But I don't think that's the main point of the game.
No, I don't think it is. I think that's like a last resort.
Yeah,
I imagine when you get
I,
into it.
I think you probably do more thinking and talking than you do shooting and fighting. To be honest,
Yeah, definitely. A lot of
yeah,
talking,
a
a lot of
lot of
trying to work
talking.
out. I think you got to work out if people are lying to you as well.
Okay,
And everyone thinks that, well, they're always suspicious of you as well, aren't they? So
uh,
you're trying to talk your way out of not
everything.
being someone, or
Yeah, I think you did. Yeah, I think one of the people, it
trying
might have
not
been
to
the guy that
spoil it at the
jumped up on
same
me
time.
actually, said something about me about the town being suspicious of me murdering someone, and that I needed to go and see
Yeah,
somebody to clear my name or something. I honestly I didn't get that back. The other thing that's worth mentioning is this game is the only game I've ever played that seemingly wants you to play on the hardest difficulty.
yeah. I tried
If
to go
if
for the medium difficulty,
yeah,
but
you tone it
it doesn't
down, it
to do
actually says like this wasn't the way we intended it. Play it on a harder difficulty, you bitch.
it.
So
Yeah, it really
I
does.
wonder whether the in the review where it says it'll mock you as a gamer, I wonder if that's what they meant. You,
That's
you
probably
tone down the
part of it.
difficulty
Yeah.
and it goes, no, we're not having that.
And
You
when you
play it
give
on
in, they
hard, man.
laugh at you.
Because the a lot of things like the hunger bar and the thirst and that kind of thing seem to be going down pretty quickly, and I couldn't for the life of me find any food.
No,
Yeah,
I found where to get water, but yeah, food
yeah.
was
I think you ended up with
tricky.
a singular piece of toast, which
Yeah,
was not going to
got
survive.
toast from a spooky guy in a mask.
Yeah, yeah. Although
They
if you
seem
are
to help you.
looking, I think the bottom line is to sum up: if you are looking for a psychological thriller that and you've got the patience to read through it, then maybe, just maybe, there might be a story in it for you. But if you're coming home of an evening and wanting to chill out with video games and shoot some zombies or something, this is not it.
Yeah, I
This
think
this is
that's it's a bit like watching a film or something. Like there's good series, but they have subtitles, and when I don't do that, I don't want to read it. I just want to
yeah, yeah.
watch it. And that's what this game's like. So it's like a game with subtitles.
It's the game equivalent of a Korean movie you don't understand. That's what it is. So
But
one of
without
the
the action.
yeah, without anything happening. One of the things we're going to do on these Game Pass game reviews, we'll give these a rating. Um, is it for elites or is it for idiots? Now, the way we had this in our heads was that if it was for elites, it was a good game and we liked it. And if it was for idiots, then it was a bad game and we didn't like it. But
Oh, is that what you were thinking?
okay, so you were thinking differently.
I was thinking, oh, any idiot could play this game, or you need to be elite to play
Okay.
this game. That's
Right. Okay. Well,
so
we
two
can. We
different opinions.
yeah. If we go with it that way, then this game is definitely for elites with a lot of patience, and
Yeah, yeah,
idiots like us
that'd be-
just don't get it.
yeah, definitely. I'd agree with that.
So we are yeah.
Definitely for elite this one.
It's probably, I would say, a out of 10 I would go a 2 out of 10 would not play again. But I think it's fair.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't play it again either.
So that's what we thought of Pathalogical2. Let us know in the comments down below if you've played this game. Let us know if you've got any further in this game, because we, God knows, we
Yeah,
tried.
should we play more? Should we?
Yeah,
That's what we want to know.
if this game gets really good, like just a little bit further on, then let us know in the comments. You'd have to make a very compelling case to get to play this game again, to be honest.
Yeah, definitely. I'm
We'd
definitely not
struggle
going to
with
rush
it.
back to watch this.
No. And join us next week when Dave's going to pick a game, another spooky game, because it's October and apparently that's a done thing.
It's a spooky month, apparently.
Yeah, it is. I've got a really spooky one picked out for the week after, but it's your pick next. Hopefully you don't pick the one and ruin it.
I'll try and come up with something good. Yeah.
Yeah, try and pick a better game than I picked.
And just a suggestion as well. I think in the future, we could let Patreons choose which game we review.
Yeah.
If you are interested.
Yes, we can. We do have a Patreon set up now. The other thing to mention is all of the games that we review are available on CD Keys. We are now an affiliate of CD Keys, so if you want to grab this game, or to be honest, any other game that you play, they are a bit cheaper, and if you go through the link that we'll put in the description, then we get a bit of cash back as well, and you help support the channel. So all good stuff all round.
Support the channel, unless you've got Game Pass, then
Yeah, if
play
you've got
it
Game
for
Pass,
free. You're already paying for it.
yeah,
Just play it.
probably don't buy it again. And or
Unless
play
you
it.
really like it and you want to see more, do it.
Yeah, but then in that case you could just be a patron. That'd be easier.
Yeah, it's probably
Anyway.
better to be a Patreon.
Yeah, I
Then
would
you get you can interact with us and help us make
Yeah.
some
Who
decisions.
doesn't want to interact with us? I don't think there's
Most
anybody.
most people,
Well,
not.
yeah, okay.
People cross the road when they see you.
That's why we're only talking to each other. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. If you've got this far, you are an absolute trooper. Very well done. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the Game Pass Game Review next week.